All right, folks, welcome back to the New Sentinel. I'm Major Ethan Graves, and as always, I'm here with my partner in crime, Duke Johnson. Today, we're diving into the media circus, how narratives get built, torn down, and spun sideways, especially around folks like Kamala Harris and Donald Trump.
Yeah, and let's not sugarcoat it, Ethan. The media's been running psyops on the American people for years. You see these rallies on TV, Kamala pulling the plane into the hangar, big crowds, all that jazz. But you ever wonder how many of those folks are actually there for her, and how many are just, paid to wave a sign and look excited?
I mean, I've seen it firsthand. Back when I was on security detail for a Senate candidate, won't name names, but let's just say the crowd was about as authentic as a Hollywood set. They had folks bust in, handed out T-shirts, and told them when to cheer. The cameras only ever showed the front rows. It's all about the optics, not the reality.
Exactly. And it's not just the left either. Both sides play the game, but lately, it feels like the media's got a special playbook for covering up liberal missteps. You ever hear of the law of inverse liberal coverage? Basically, the more damaging a story is to the left, the less you'll see it on the news. But if a conservative sneezes wrong, it's a week-long headline.
Yeah, and then there's the Limbaugh theorem, Rush Limbaugh's old idea. The gist is, politicians can dodge responsibility for their own messes by pretending they're the ones trying to fix it. Obama did it, and now Harris is running the same play. She's out there talking about fixing the border, lowering prices like she hasn't been in charge for years. It's wild.
It's like watching a movie, man. Everything's staged. You got Harris out there, suddenly the most popular thing since sliced bread. But a month ago, nobody wanted her. Now the media's selling her as the next Beyoncé. You believe that? I don't. And the polls, don't get me started. They'll show her up by 4 points in battleground states. But you dig into the numbers, and it's all smoke and mirrors.
And when the media does cover a controversy, like, say, a Democrat caught in a lie or some money laundering allegations, it's a blip. But if it's a Republican, it's wall-to-wall coverage. I remember a rally where the press literally staged a shot to make it look like there were more protesters than supporters. I watched them move the camera crew around, telling folks where to stand. It's all about controlling the narrative.
And if you call it out, they say you're whining or undermining democracy. Nah, we're just tired of being gaslit. The media's not just reporting the news. They're shaping it, picking winners and losers. That's why folks don't trust them anymore. You see it in the way they treat Trump. He takes every question, gets hammered for it. Harris, she won't even sit down for a real interview, and they call it talking to the American people. Give me a break.
It's a one-way conversation, all right? And the scary part is, a lot of folks just see the headlines, the big crowds, and think, well, she must be popular. They don't see the staging, the selective coverage, the way the media scrubs out anything that doesn't fit the story they want to tell. That's how you end up with these manufactured narratives, and why so many people are skeptical of everything they see on TV these days.
All right, let's shift gears. MAGA's not immune to drama either. You got this split, interventionists versus isolationists. Mark Levin, Lindsey Graham, they want to flex American muscle overseas, especially for Israel. Then you got Tucker Carlson, Bannon, Marjorie Taylor Greene. America first all the way. No more foreign wars. It's a real knife fight inside the tent.
Yeah, and Trump's right in the middle trying to keep the coalition together. He's the leader, but he's also the symbol. Sometimes he talks tough, sometimes he pulls back. It's like he's trying to be all things to all people, but that just makes the cracks show more. Reminds me of a command post where everyone's got a different plan, but nobody wants to say it out loud.
Man, that takes me back. I remember a briefing in Kandahar. Half the brass wanted to go full throttle. The other half wanted to pull back and let the locals handle it. You could feel the tension. Same thing with MAGA now. You got folks yelling, "No more endless wars," and others saying, "If we don't lead, the world burns." Trump's trying to walk that line, but it's getting harder every day.
And the loyalty tests, man, it's like a game of Survivor. If you're not 100% on board with Trump, you're out. But at the same time, you got these big voices. Tucker, Bannon, pushing back saying, hey, this isn't what we signed up for. It's not just about Trump anymore. It's about what the movement stands for. Is it America first, or is it just whatever Trump says it is?
That's the million-dollar question. I mean, I'm MAGA to the bone, but even I get whiplash sometimes. One day, we're talking about border security. Next day, it's airstrikes in Iran. The base is restless, and if Trump can't keep them all in line, you're going to see more of these public feuds. It's not a full-on civil war yet, but it's close, and the media, they love it. They'll play up every disagreement, make it look like the whole thing's falling apart.
Yeah, and that's where the strategic ambiguity comes in. Trump's always been good at keeping people guessing, but now it's starting to backfire. The movement's bigger than one man, but it's also more divided than ever. If they can't figure out what they stand for, beyond just being anti-establishment, they're going to have a hard time holding it together, especially with new leaders waiting in the wings. Let's talk about the roots of all this. Rush Limbaugh. The guy was a force of nature. He didn't just talk about conservatism. He built a whole movement around it. Combative, satirical, always skeptical of the media. He set the tone for what right-wing media became. Fighting censorship, calling out the left, and making it okay to push back hard.
Rush was the real deal. He gave a voice to folks who felt shut out, and he didn't care who he ticked off. That's why they called him the most dangerous man in America. He made it cool to question the narrative, to laugh at the elites, to say what everyone else was thinking, but too scared to say. Without Rush, there's no Trump, no MAGA, none of it.
And he taught people to be skeptical of the media, of the establishment, of anyone selling a too-good-to-be-true story. That skepticism is baked into MAGA now, but the movement's changing. Trump's still the face, but you got new leaders stepping up. J.D. Vance, for one. He's found his voice, and he's not afraid to mix it up on TV, take on the media, or call out the other side's hypocrisy.
Yeah, Vance is a pit bull. He's got that Trump energy, but he's sharper on policy. If anyone's going to carry the torch, it's him. But here's the thing. Can MAGA survive as just a personality cult, or does it need to become something bigger? Rush built an institution. Trump built a movement. If MAGA wants to last, it's got to become more than just who's next in line.
That's the crossroads, right? Does MAGA become a real platform with ideas and leaders who can outlast Trump? Or does it fade when the personality at the center moves on? The right's got a choice to make. Build something lasting, or keep chasing the next big show. Either way, the legacy of Rush is clear. Question everything, fight for what you believe, and never let the other side control the story.
Couldn't have said it better. All right, that's a wrap for today. We'll be back next time, probably with more fireworks. Ethan, always a pleasure, brother.
You too, Duke. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Stay sharp, stay skeptical, and we'll catch you on the next New Sentinel. Take care, y'all.